There's so many great mechanical skill players in Counter-Strike. There's so many players who have the potential to go pro, but there's so many players who never realize that communication and the tactical understanding of the game is what elevates them from being a great player to a professional player.
Jacob Pimp, professional broadcast analyst and former pro player.
When you move into the game environment where it's 5 versus 5, now all of a sudden communication becomes a big part of it. Your tactical understanding becomes a big part of it. Your decision making becomes a part of it. Your way of controlling your emotions becomes part of it as well. So when you're mad, especially in a game where there's only 5 players on your team, it really affects the entire team if you have 1 or 2 guys, losing their head or stop to communicating throughout a game because they're mad about something or whatever, So there's so many aspects to it. I think 99.9% of people who make it to a pro level, they start with the same passion and the same ideas I have. The way Counter-Strike is built up is that if you want to get to that level, you have to play between 5 to 8 hours on average every single day. The players who tend to play the most are those who love the game, as simple as it is. Once you get to that level and then you start getting paid big money for it, and it is very lucrative to be a player. I think you start to lose, your desire for, when you're a kid, you're just excited to play. It's just fun. But now it becomes a work. Now there's pressure. Now you got to perform. I forced myself to do it. You get to a point where you can't keep forcing yourself anymore, where you mentally just cope out of it. And what I experienced was that money was not a factor in that at all. It's not that I get paid more money, then I got more motivation. It was quite the opposite. The more money I got paid, the more pressure, the more it became a work instead of a hobby in a way.